Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal giving you the latest and greatest podcast. This is the Mr. Informal podcast, podcast 128. Yes, you heard me right, podcast 128. I hope you are doing well today. I hope you are being safe, and I hope you are being cautious. And I gotta be honest, it's kind of hard be staying at home too much. So what I do is kind of just go out wherever, whenever, anywhere, just to maintain my sanity. I'm also doing a lot of other things too. But in any case, that's a different story. So we are on the Mr. Informal Podcast 128. I go by the name of Mr. Informal. Do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal. And then check out my website. If you're into tech and fashion, check out my website, mrinformal.com, mrinformal.com. So, what are the 4 topics for the Mr. Informal podcast? Number 1, Snapchat Snap Inc. has gained profits. Number 2, for quarter 3, Tesla actually made some growths. Yes, they grew. Number 3, on this COVID year, Fakes, yes, counterfeits of luxury goods have doubled. Wow, that was surprising to me. And last but not least, number 4, Adidas is thinking about selling Reebok. I wonder why. But that is the case. So those are the 4 topics for this podcast 128. And I hope you will enjoy it as much as I do. And so let's get on with the podcast. On to topic number 1. So from hypebeast.com, Snap Inc., the makers of Snapchat, shares exceeds earnings expectation over 30% for quarter 3. So they are expected to make $124 million. So Snap Inc. has surpassed analyst expectation in both revenue and earnings expectations per share for Q3, boosting its share price from just above $28 to just shy of $34. Snap posted its third quarter earning in a post, and it reported the following. Revenue is $679, and not only that, Wall Street revenues expectation of $555 million by $124 million this quarter. The adoption of augmented reality is happening faster than we had previously anticipated, and we are working together as a team to execute on that many opportunities in front of us. So they are exceeding expectation. They are making money. They are making profits. They are making earnings, obviously. But I think the pandemic has to do with it. People want to message each other. They also want to message privately. They also want to send stuff privately, obviously. They don't want it out there. So you got a lot of messaging apps that you want to communicate. So am I surprised by this amount of number? Yes, I am surprised, because I thought that Snapchat was dying. They had that Snap glasses, that augmented reality glasses. I thought it was pretty genius, but it didn't pan out well. And so I guess Snapchat itself is actually rising again. I thought that people would move somewhere else, because I used to have Snapchat and not anymore. And so it's quite surprising. Now, here's the thing. They're saying that it's all about augmented reality, which I don't think so, because I haven't seen a big, huge move to augmented reality other than maybe museum, fashion shows, or art galleries, something like that. But that hasn't been a huge hit. And so I'm guessing they have more other sector of their industry that is making them money. But hey, then again, it could be what I just said. It could be the museums, art galleries, all those augmented reality that you can check on your phone, or even videos. I mean, that could be it. But again, I think the core focus of Snap Inc. is probably Snapchat, and I don't think Snapchat has that many users like it used to be, unlike Instagram, or maybe you can say Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. Heck, I actually think that OnlyFans made more move than Snap Inc. Did with their augmented reality. So the last paragraph says, user growth increased 4%, going from 238 million active users in Q2 to 249 million, an 18% year over shoot up overall. The company still reported a net loss of $200 million. However, it's a 12% improvement over the last year's numbers. And that's exactly what I mean. So they still lost $200 million, but it's not as worse as before, which I think the pandemic has to do with it, where everybody wants to message people, and I think people want to keep their messaging much more private, and since they already have Snapchat, they want to start using that. I mean, Snapchat is quite a dangerous messaging app. That's all I can tell you. I mean, you think that DMing someone is more private? No, I think Snapchat is just much more private, due to the fact that after you watch it, I think after 10 minutes, it's easily deleted by Snapchat. So, yes, I am very surprised at the amount that they earn. But after this whole pandemic, I wonder if the growth will still be there. And I'm gonna guess no. But I do think that Snap Inc., the company Snap Inc., who owns Snapchat, will diverse their portfolio to other sectors of the industry, not just augmented reality. It could be something else. So I would not be surprised if they do make earnings, because they're probably looking at other sectors and other industries out there. On to topic number 2 from hypebeast.com. Tesla sees 39% revenue growth after producing a record 145,000 cars in Q3 of 2020. So, 39% increase. In the numbers, the automaker produced a staggering 145,000 vehicles this quarter, with 139,000 of them delivered to customers, which is pretty good. Breaking the company's previous records, the company has now delivered more than 319,000 cars this year, leaving 181,000 to go in order for it to reach its 500,000 goal by the year's end. And so the revenue saw a 39% growth in the year over, with operating income increase rising to a record-breaking $800 million as it moves to its 5th consecutive year of profitability. I cannot say that word. So, the Model 3 and the Model Y has increased its production capacity to 500,000 units a year. Well, I mean, what can I say? People love Tesla. I mean, to me, Tesla is not a luxury car. It is not a luxury brand. Let's get that straight. Okay, I don't care if the interior is leather. You can find other cars out there for lower price with leather seating. And so, this is great. This is absolutely great. It's showing that you can actually sell cars and make a profit, and not having to do the traditional way of selling cars. I like the fact that you can go to a Tesla store, which is not even a dealership. I mean, they have a very small showroom. I'm talking about like a boutique size, and you can check it out. And I'm not I haven't really asked, but I'm not sure if you can drive it. I'm sure you could with special type of appointment if you're really interested in it. But I haven't brought myself to pre-order a Tesla because I feel as though that electric cars are not ready yet. I'm more of a fan of hydrogen, not electric. But going back to Tesla, this is great. Elon Musk is showing the car industry that you could do better. Not only that, a lot of the cars these days still have a lot to catch up to the Tesla electric cars, or either EV, or actually not EV, but electric car standards. Certainly Tesla is number one out there. Not only that, Tesla has a huge amount of brand equity. When people think of Tesla, they think of cars, they think of the electric cars, they think of getting one, or they aspire of getting one, unlike other hybrids out there. Prius is definitely, I think, still number one, but at the same time, I think people would aspire to Tesla than the Prius. Maybe it's just because Tesla is much more exclusive, even though I don't think so, but that's just what I think of what consumers think. And when you have a Tesla, suddenly you have this, people think you're cool. But at the same time, I don't see it that way. I think others see it that way, just not me. But I'm glad that Tesla is close to meeting its standards. They say it's 500 million per year. They have only produced 219 cars this year. So they're looking at, 180,000 more cars so they can meet the 500,000. And it's almost November, so we'll see if they can make it. Do I believe they can make it? I don't know. There have been times when Tesla did not produce or underproduce. There's times when Tesla maybe did overproduce. There were also times when Tesla didn't make a profit, but now it's making a profit. Not only that, we gotta ask ourselves, where's the Cybertruck? So I'm waiting for that. But nonetheless, this is good. I'm seeing more Model 3 out there on Tesla, and hopefully people, the car industry would actually pick itself up, meaning more competition in terms of electric cars out there. I think it's not just the Prius, there should be more, but other car manufacturers are quite slow, and I think Tesla is in the forefront of electric vehicles. On to the third topic, hypebeast.com again, titled Sales of Fake Goods Double in South Korea Amidst of the China Virus. The Korean Intellectual Property Office, aka KIPO, is cracking down on the luxury counterfeit market. The number of fake goods being sold has seen a surge of 204% when comparing January to August of last year to this year. Director Kipo Chung Ki-yun stated that the rise of demand to counterfeit products has a positive correlation with an overall increase in online shopping caused by the China virus pandemic. According to Statistic Korea, online shopping destinations have seen an increase of sales of 15 trillion won for the January to August period compared to the previous year. Among the categories of counterfeit items sold, bags accounted for the largest proportion with 31.7%, followed by clothing 26%, shoes 18%, wallets 6%, and watches 5%. So Kipo is planning to enhance investigation measures with digital forensics and stronger investigative personnel. Look, I'm not surprised. People don't got money right now. People don't have work, so they don't have the means to buy the original or the authentic, so they gotta buy the fake so they can themselves feel good. But what I am surprised is that people will actually buy fake goods, especially at this time of the year. Why? I mean, I would think they would save money or put money on the side, save money, and not buy these things, especially if it's fake. It's not even real. But then again, I mean, if you are the seller of these fake goods and revenue's up, I mean, I can't blame you for that. I mean, business is business. If people got the money, people want the demand, you gotta have the supply to meet the demand. I just don't understand why people still do this. I mean, you would think that people don't have jobs, can't work, or staying at home, or are not getting paid enough, and yet people want to focus on this instead of the essentials, instead of food, maybe save money, keep money on the side, and yet people buy fake stuff. I just don't get it. I mean, I'll never understand it, really. I'll never understand it. I mean, I could understand if it's just a regular year. Here's what I do understand. Regular year, no viruses, no nothing. You buy a fake good knowing that, you know what, I'm just going to trash this because I don't really care for it. I could understand that. I really could understand that. I just don't understand why now. Why? It's like there's more. This bag is more important. This fake bag is more important to you than, I don't know, food, clothes. But I mean, that's just me. I'm sure there's probably fake Rolexes. I mean, fake Louis Vuitton, fake Tiffany's out there, fake Chanel's. This goes on and on. But look, it is wow, 31.7% bags. That takes up the proportion compared to other clothing, accessories, and shoes. Man, that is absolutely crazy. And it seems like Louis Vuitton is number one, or shit. Louis Vuitton is number one when it comes to fake goods. I mean, if I see a Louis Vuitton bag, I mean, I'm starting to suspect everyone got fakes now. But hey, business is business. On to the last topic from highsnob.com. Adidas is reportedly preparing to sell Reebok. Adidas may finally be selling Reebok after years of struggle, according to German business publication Manager Magazine. Adidas is planning to sell its fellow sportswear company by March 2021. In the years since, Adidas is said to have an internal team currently working on the sale of Reebok. Possible suitors are Via Corporation, which owns Vans, Timberland, and the North Face, among others, in China, and Sports. Adidas purchased back in 2006 for $3.8 billion as to help brand compete with rival Nike in the United States. Recent struggles, including 42% decrease in revenue quarter 2 2020, have spawned Roasted to offload Reebok for desired sum of $2.4 billion. I don't understand. I mean, 42% in revenue by quarter 2 2020. I mean, isn't that obvious? I mean, that's when the pandemic hit. I mean, I would think that everyone's down right now, but when Adidas bought Reebok, I knew it wasn't going to work well because, well, you have Adidas and you have Reebok, same company, they do the same thing, so I have two. That I never understood that. And so right now, look, right now Reebok doesn't even have a direction. Reebok is just lost. I mean, they're just doing things because they want to survive. And not only that, if you look at their items, they're always late to the game. They're never number one. They don't have much innovation. They don't have much trend centers. I mean, the only thing that Reebok has are the shoes. That's the only thing that they have. And so, not only that, Adidas is more focusing on Adidas. They don't really care about Reebok. They think about it, as it hoped to have the brand compete with rival Nike in the United States. Well, hello, Nike's rival is Adidas, not Reebok. Now, hold on. There was a time when Reebok was actually competing with Nike. This could be in the early 90s. That I could believe. Because at the time, Reebok was actually competing with Nike in terms of sports. Basketball shoes, football, American football, tennis. I mean, they were competing with Nike. But, you know, Nike's huge. Not only that, Nike had the Jordan brand too. And if they're selling 2.4 billion compared to when they bought it at 3.8 billion, well, they lost money. Not only that, I don't think Adidas wanted Reebok to become successful. I really don't think so. They probably hired the wrong manager, the wrong CEO, the wrong creative director, all kinds. And so Reebok was put in a position where they were ignored by Adidas. Adidas didn't know what to do with Reebok. I mean, look at Nike. Nike didn't know what to do with Cole Haan. Yes, they have a different target market. And so Nike basically sold Cole Haan. I mean, just because you bought another shoe doesn't mean you know what to do with it. And so when Adidas think that Reebok was going to compete with Nike, no, that was not going to happen. What Adidas do not understand is that Nike's rival is Adidas. Is not Puma, not Reebok, not even Fila, not Champion, none of that. It's only Adidas. And so, and even if Adidas bought another shoe company, they're not going to let that shoe company be better than Adidas. Come on. They're not going to let Reebok be better than Adidas. Why do you think Reebok never had that upstart or even a show of a glimpse of competing with Nike? Nike's just too big. For Reebok to compete with Nike, it has to be at least Adidas size. But Adidas is not willing to do that. And so, I mean, should they sell Reebok? Yes. I think Reebok should go to a place where they are better off. A head company where this head company could actually believe in them. So, I mean, we'll see where Reebok goes. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that a lot of companies lost, especially in this pandemic. But, you know, whatever. We can go down the list. We could be here all day and all night. But Adidas selling Reebok, yeah, they should. And so that basically concludes this podcast 128. My name is Mr. Informal. I hope you enjoy your time listening to me. I hope you listen from start to end and you gain some insights, and maybe you could learn learn here and there from what I said in this podcast or what I discussed. And again, do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and then check out my website. I have some good stuff in the store, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.